bienvenidas a Talking Culture. Esta es una conversación acerca de las artes. El día de hoy tenemos una invitada muy especial que es Winsome Chow desde Hong Kong. Ella es directora ejecutiva del Hong Kong Arts Development Council y es gestora cultural con una amplia experiencia, particularmente en la planeación de gestión de proyectos de escenarios para las artes, la presentación de programas artísticos, formulación e implementación de estímulos e iniciativas de colaboración. Además de tener una amplia trayectoria en la gestión cultural, también es miembro de la junta directiva de varias instituciones culturales, así que va a ser una charla muy interesante y muy amena. Ms. Chow, Winsome, welcome to Talking Culture. How's the institutional support for arts and culture in Hong Kong? Is it well supported, or is it complicated to find financing? Is there support from Chinese government right now? How does it work?
Well, under the so-called one country, two system principle, Hong Kong has been looking after our own artists and arts groups and arts institutions. I must say that we are rather well backed up by the government funding, but of course to different degrees, depending on the institutions or the groups or the artists. Hong Kong being, I must say, quite an affluent society, our government does believe that arts and culture should be the rights for everybody. It should be one of the things that we can enrich our community lives and also refreshes our education in general. And that is, I think, a very good backbone for us. This is the first year that the Chinese government has opened up the national arts funding for Hong Kong arts groups to make application to.
How would you describe the cultural scene in Hong Kong? What are the main trends right now that you could share with us?
Yes, Hong Kong is always forward-looking. We not only treasure what we have at the moment, we look ahead. And the pandemic, of course, strikes us hard, but at the same time, it shows us that we can build connection or rebuild connection by means of arts technology. Art can go online.
We would like to know, why did you start looking outside the local scene and you try to look abroad for partners outside Hong Kong and China?
Well, because of my personal experience in my career, I had a lot of exposures of overseas connections. I was the person organizing the ISPA Summer Congress in Hong Kong in 2006. And the ISPA Congress, it's coming back to Hong Kong again this year. And also I was sent overseas to many countries and many arts expos in the past. And I do think my chance should be shared to arts practitioners who have this ambition of going overseas and who has excellent arts products to show to people, and who also would be able to find presenters in other countries. So that's why I plan all these vigorous outbound tours with artists.
Winsome, what other initiatives exist to support culture in Hong Kong? And how's the relation with the national government? I know you already talked about the two systems, but with the national government in China, how involved are them with this the process right now and the other initiatives that you can have at hand?
In the past several years, we do send artists into China to do performances. And of course, the ecosystem or maybe the infrastructure of how arts are presented in China is very different. But we try to understand and make way for artists to show their best there. And we work with our chosen partners. We just don't work with everybody because we believe in more long-term relationship. Because a relationship would not be meaningful without a longer term of collaboration, so that each other would understand the limitation or the strengths of your partners.
Talking about these connections with overseas, with abroad, with which regions have you achieved cultural exchanges, the most important cultural exchanges for you?
There are several directions to talk about this. First of all, it's our council's initiative to send perhaps a delegation to a place to take part in an arts festival or maybe an arts expo. And in that direction, we did visit Seoul and attended the performing arts market of Seoul, and also CINAS in Montreal of Canada, quite an established arts expo of the performing arts. And then we are a regular presenter of exhibitions in the Venice Biennale.
Winsome, have you participated or coordinated any kind of project with Latin American countries?
It is so difficult, although I must tell you that every year in our Hong Kong Arts Festival, which actually lasts for 1 month in the city, with over 100 performances during the non-pandemic time. It's supposed to be the biggest in Asia, the longest, and with the biggest number of overseas programs. And every time there will be some Latin American program, no matter it's music or dance.
You said that it was difficult, but I want you to tell me what do you think and what do you know about the cultural scene in Latin American continent, and how do you think it differs from the work that it's done over there?
And I do think that Latin America has very unique dance forms, or maybe folkloric music, or and the like. But the situation is that it seems arts and culture are taken by the presenter or maybe by the government as something like welfare, which is very different from the rest of the world.
Let's go back to Hong Kong, and politically and socially, it's very a context very complex. I would like you to tell me how counter-hegemonic art, for example, towards China, it's managed from a public institution like yours.
Well, so far, I think in this area of making the arts or supporting the artists, we are quite left on our own. You know, it's one country, two system. We have been given the rights and freedom to do the things that can be covered by the law. So we are so comfortable with that. And actually, in the National 5-Year Plan of Mainland China, published last year, Hong Kong has been given a new task, and it is to become the center for international cultural exchange, so that we can help artists from China to be connected with overseas. And also, I think it's a two-way street. When we say that we should be also allowing artists of other places to go into China, we are like at the gateway, southern gateway of China.
Winsome, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for this time. Congratulations on everything that you've been doing so far over there. And we really hope to have the opportunity to meet each other at Hong Kong or at Colombia or any other place in Latin America. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Diego. Bye bye.
It's been a pleasure. Bye bye. Y a todos ustedes y a todas ustedes que nos han escuchado y han visto en Talking Culture, gracias por acompañarnos. Ella era Winsome Chow, directora ejecutiva del Hong Kong Arts Development Council, en esta conversación. Nos vemos en la próxima.